Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lady Alexandra. Today I am at Oddfellows Cemetery just to take a look around and to collect some graveyard dirt. And I'll just talk a little bit about the uses of graveyard dirt as well as the history of voodoo in the United States. Some uses of graveyard dirt are in spells of love, money, hexes, and protection. There are certain rituals to follow when collecting graveyard dirt. I did not collect mine from an actual grave here, but from under a shady tree near a circle of graves, and I will be using it in spells of protection. Since this place made me think of New Orleans, and since graveyard dirt is often used in voodoo conjuring spells, I'm going to talk a bit about old world magic in the Deep South. When we think about New Orleans, we have visions of bonfires, rum and cigars, tombstones, skeleton keys, and dark storefronts. It is also the center of voodoo in the United States, where roots of trees and bones of animals are used in what modern-day society calls spells. We often hear tales of vengeful women sticking dolls with pins in order to hurt an enemy or exact revenge on a cheating man. When the African Americans were brought here, they also brought their religious and magical practices from the old world in Africa. These have been used in the Deep South, where the moss hangs from old oak trees, where graveyards are scary but sacred, and other parts of the New World for centuries to gain success, love, money, protection, and to smite one's enemies. Marie Laveau lived and worked in New Orleans in the 19th century and is probably the most well-known voodoo priestess. She is said to have been very powerful and helped those in need of answers related to love, power, money, and other things. She had a deep connection with the Supreme Being and with the saints and spirits of New Orleans. Graveyard dirt is often used by root workers and hoodoo practitioners to make magic. Different forms of soil have different powers, and where the soil is gathered matters the most as to what the intent was. The gathering of the graveyard dirt is more likely done at night when most people would be sleeping and when the practitioner could gather the dirt unnoticed. If someone is seen gathering graveyard dirt, the townsfolk would know, and your enemy might then be able to ward off the spell. If you were to gather dirt from over the top of an actual grave, you would have to be careful over which body part you were gathering the dirt. So I found the place I want to gather some dirt from. It just feels like a peaceful place. There is a shady tree, and there are some graves nearby, but I don't know who is buried here, so I did not gather dirt from over the top of an actual grave, because that could have a big influence on the outcome of my spell, and it could be an unexpected outcome, so I'm just going to gather it from this peaceful shady place, and I will be using it for protection magic. I'm hurrying a little bit because I don't want anybody to see me, even though it's a quiet day and there's not many people out. So there it is, and I have used a silver spoon and my apothecary jar. Other forms of dirt used in hoodoo were crossroads dirt, churchyard dirt, and dirt from an enemy or lover's yard. Each had their own powers and meanings, and are employed how the conjurer sees fit. Hotfoot powder is one spell that uses graveyard dirt and is used to ward off enemies. It is made of black pepper, cayenne pepper, salt, and sulfur. Sometimes other ingredients are added, such as graveyard dirt, gunpowder, or other ground up herbs. The hotfoot powder was mixed up and either sprinkled in the person's footprints or put directly into their socks or shoes to send them away from you. You won't see that person come around your property ever again. Another similar powder used to send someone away was known as Goofer Dust. But Goofer Dust was much more dangerous and could cause extreme physical harm to the victim. This type of powder contained graveyard dirt and snake skin. And just as a little FYI, I am giving this information just for educational purposes because I do not condone the practice of darker magic, and sometimes voodoo and graveyard dirt are associated with darker magic spells. I prefer to practice white magic, which is mainly about protection and setting positive intentions to draw positive things into your life. Practicing darker magic is something that some people are willing to do, but bear in mind the consequences do come back eventually. So if you put positivity out into the universe, you will receive positivity back, and vice versa. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you are having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful evening. Thank you again, and blessed be.